It's not knowledge that can be just acquired and then just released. It's a skill, basically.
Yeah.
And it's people are afraid of speaking because it's scary when you have a piece of paper in front of you and you have to say right. You can plan things, you can construct sentences, you can apply grammar rules as you go along. But when you speak, when you're in an uncharted territory, there are no rules, and that freaks people out.
Yeah.
And they have to realize that that it's okay to make mistakes. And it's even made those mistakes are made by native English speakers when people participate in interviews and are asked questions. For instance, you can see celebrities doing it just go on YouTube and see celebrity interviews. When
Yeah.
people are asked questions, quite often they just stray off the subject, interrupt themselves, start sentences
Yeah.
again and again, and it's crucial basically to understand that it's fine. It's okay to speak that way. You're not going to make it perfect. Speech is not the same as writing.
Yeah.
So basically changing the mindset and accepting the fact that your speech is going to be more flawed than your writing, basically.
Yeah.
And they have to start from that. And then there's long-term strategies. Basically, the key is practice. Practicing as much as one can, engaging in conversations with other English speakers, practicing with themselves. That's what I do personally all the time. When I have time at work, when I'm not speaking with others, when I'm on my own, I would often kind of narrate my actions or voice my thoughts. And you don't even have to speak out loud. It can be done in a quiet whisper or it's kind of an inner talk, basically. When you speak, when you write, you have all the time in the world to correct your writing, to go back, change words, make the written piece sound nearly perfect. And I call it the writing mode of your mind, because you get so comfortable with it that you approach your speech the same way. And then you start preparing sentences before actually speaking them out loud. But when you speak, you can't obviously prepare and speak at the same time, and it all kind of starts clashing with each other, and you can completely get tongue-tied.
And what was that phrase you said? The writing
Mode of
writing mode.
Of one's mind.
That's a good point. All right then.
It's much more difficult for someone who's learned the English language the traditional way. I would assume that she would have learned the language by speaking it, so she wouldn't be even having those confidence issues. But us who studied and learned the language the traditional way, we are fearing making mistakes. And first of all is not being afraid of speaking with a hard accent. It's based on my personal experience, because traditionally fluency is being associated with speaking with a very native-like accent. Because people would judge you if you speak with a hard accent. They will think that that person doesn't speak fluently. And many foreigners put too much pressure on themselves. They force themselves to speak as perfectly as they can in terms of pronunciation, and that may have a very detrimental effect on your fluency. So personally, the first English Harmony ebook that I wrote all those years ago was based on that one strategy, basically. You have to force yourself even to speak with your own native accent, and then you'll get your speech back on track. And then going from there, you can find the best way of pronunciation, the best way you would pronounce words.
Just aim for the communication.
Find the middle ground and go from there, and you'll improve your accent naturally over time. You can master this kind of mental state where you don't care. And the less you care, the more confident you become, and the more fluent your speech becomes eventually.
Thanks for listening to IELTSPodcast.com. And remember to leave your email for updates and early access to new podcasts.